Welcome back to Flyer Nation. Joining us now on the show is head men's basketball coach Scott Trost. Thanks for joining us today, Coach.
Thanks, Shane. Great to be here.
So let's talk about the season, and it just got started off last night with the exhibition game against DePaul. How would you assess the team's performance in that first game of the season? Not really of the season, but the first game that you guys have played.
Well, I think there's a lot of really good things. Thought we had a chance to win, and it's hard to simulate their length and athleticism in practice, but I thought we put ourselves in a position at the end of the game to win the game. I thought we did a lot of good things versus their pressure. We didn't turn the ball over against their press as much as we had the prior year. I thought we competed with them on the glass. I thought Jeff Jaros and Gabe Williams played well. I thought Julian Lewis was fantastic. I thought our post players played very well. So there's a lot of really good things to build on. There are a few things we need to work on, however, but for the first time out, I thought we did a lot of things really well.
So you mentioned those things that you did well, and obviously you're pleased with those things. What are some of the things that maybe that you saw last night that the team needs to take and improve on?
Well, obviously, I think you look at the stats and our free throws. We were 15 for 27, and we had been a really good free throw shooting team. So you walk a fine line there. You don't want to harp on it too much where it becomes a mental thing, but that's obviously an area we need to improve on. I think defensively we need to do some things to get better. We haven't probably worked on that as much as we probably should have, which is my fault. But so there's free throw, box outs, defense, doing some things that way. Offensively, obviously we can execute a little bit better, and then we just got to make some shots. But again, I think it was a great game in the sense it was close. A lot of situations that we hadn't seen in practice. We can evaluate that tape. Got guys a lot of minutes. So overall, I'm really happy with what we did, and we just got to keep going and making progress every day.
So you have two more exhibition games coming up against Division I Loyola and then Northwestern. So aside from obviously winning, which is what you want to do, what are you hoping to accomplish from these two exhibition games against these two Division I teams?
Well, I think against Loyola and Northwestern, we want to try and get our rotations down and have an idea. I think one thing about this team, it's really versatile. I think we can go small, we can go big, we can go normal, if you will. But I think try and get our rotations. Defensively, we need to keep working at things, getting better, and then just timing and and I just want to see us keep getting better and better every game, and hopefully we'll take a step for Loyola here in a couple days.
So let's talk about Ryan Jackson a little bit. This is his junior year on the team. He's an All-American on the team. How have you seen Ryan grow as a player from the time he walked in here, and how far do you think he's going to take this team
Ryan's
this year and in the future?
Yeah, he's a first-team All-Conference returning player. I mean, had a great sophomore year, and now he needs to take that next step, and he needs to understand that he's going to be a focal point of a defensive game plan, and he's got to make other people around him better. And I think he's made strides in doing that. He's an extremely hard worker. And I think he's added some moves to his game, and so I look for Ryan to keep evolving, keep getting better and better, and the main thing is let's make people around him better. I think that's what your really good players do. And struggled a little bit last night, but his shots will come, and very confident in him. Know he'll be one of the top guards in our league, and looking forward to having a big year from Ryan.
So looking back to last year, the team finished with a record of 19-9, went to the GLVC championship tournament, unfortunately lost in that. How do you take the memory from last year as motivation for this year?
Well, it was disappointing, and all our kids have wristbands. What was the date last year? 3, I think 10, 13 was a selection show for the NCAA tournament when we didn't get a bid, which I think we deserved a bid. And this year's selection show is 3, 10, or 13 or 14, 3, 10, 14, whatever it is. It's obviously a year later. So I want that to kind of be in their memory a little bit and use it as motivation, if you will. And I think, like I said, we deserved a bid. I think most of these kids have been through it. Certainly understand that you can't take things for granted, and every game's important. And I think this team's hungry. I think they're motivated because of what happened. And I mean, we went 12-6 in the toughest Division II league in the country, and team below us went 11-7 and got a bid. So it's hard to explain, but I certainly think our kids remember that, and we'll use that hopefully as positive motivation going forward.
So you have 9 guys on this team that have received significant playing time in the past, and I'm assuming last night at that game I didn't see it, but how do you take that going forward, seeing these guys, 9 of them that have a lot of playing time, returning to this team?
Well, again, I don't think you can teach experience. I think obviously that's a good thing for us, and what it does do, it creates for a lot of competitiveness in practice. And I'm not a guy that's going to play 9 or 10 guys usually, so that's part of what these exhibition games are really good for, settling on a rotation. But you got 9 or 10 guys in there that all think they deserve minutes, and it's created a very competitive type situation in practice. And again, I think it adds to our versatility as a team. We can, like I said, go a variety of ways. But I think the one thing it's hard to teach is experience, and hopefully that will, in crunch time and in close games, we can rely on past experiences, and that will push us over the hump and get us to those wins that down the stretch you're going to need.
So you talked about playing in the Great Lakes Valley Conference. You said it's one of the toughest conferences in Division II in the country. What is it like playing in such a tough conference?
Well, it's, again, I think from a men's basketball standpoint, I think it's as good as any league in the country. We've had 2 of the last 3 national champions come from our league. And it's, if you can compete in our league, then, like we talk to our guys all the time, is you can compete on a national level. So every night out is a battle, and this year is certainly going to be no different. You got Bellarmine, who's a top 5 team in the country, Southern Indiana, Indianapolis is very good, Drury, the defending national champions, Maryville is going to be very good. So I think we're right up there with those teams, but like I said earlier too, there's a fine line between winning and losing. You got to find a way to win the close games. You got to defend home court, but it's a battle every night, and you got to make sure you're ready to play. And last year that came back to haunt us. We got stubbed, and lost a home game to a team we probably shouldn't have lost to, and it probably ultimately cost us a bid.
So is there anything else you'd like to tell the Lewis community about the team this year?
Well, I think we're going to have a good year. We're going to have a good team, and I think it's an exciting group to watch. I think we play an exciting style. Would certainly love the fans to get out there. I thought we had great fan support last year, and would like to see Flyer fans come out again this year, and I know it makes a big difference for our guys.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us today, Coach. And
Okay, thanks, Shane.
Stay tuned. We will have more after this break, including national and Lewis sports. Stay tuned.